Hello, world. Today is Wednesday, June 17th, 2026. This is a sideshow, and I'm Theodore Parker. Today, June 17th, a few days away from June 19th, Juneteenth celebration, middle of the week, a few days from officially starting summer. It's been dry this week weather-wise, and today the temperatures are predicted to go up to 86 degrees. And there's a special weather statement until Wednesday, 4 p.m. We have a few clouds, highs in the mid-80s and lows in the low 70s in this area, Lexington, Kentucky, East Coast of the United States. Storms may be severe on Thursday. Storms expected overnight, 94% chance of that. And expect winds up to 20 miles per hour in this area. Grass and pollen decreasing tomorrow, and temperatures a little higher than they were yesterday, up by 6 degrees. So, 86 degrees today. Currently, outside conditions are good for running, cycling, and for gardening. And at the AQI is good at 34. When it comes to pollen, tree, none, grass, very high, ragweed, none. Currently, the UV index is low right now. And there is a light breeze at 6 miles per hour. Today's sunrise was at 6:14 a.m. and sunset will be at 9:03 p.m. And currently on the East Coast, the time is 8:04 a.m. In other parts of the world, I will mention that Indonesia experienced a 6.7 magnitude earthquake, but that's being said in the context of Indonesia being in that Pacific Ring of Fire. So they are subject to these type of things. I wanted to share a personal experience that I had recently, and I will say this about that. As the expression goes. Every day that you get up, you figure you should learn something you didn't know before. At least that's my experience. So, this is in regards to giving change. You know, you go to make a purchase and you give the business whatever bills you might have, and you expect change. Okay, so in this particular instance, it wasn't a lot of money, but I was making a transaction and I thought I had the exact change, but come to find out I was short like a dime, and the person had their money bag with them, and as they picked it up, I could hear the change rattling in the bag. But they told me they don't give change. And I was like, you don't give change? And so I had to surrender. Like I said, it wasn't a lot. It was just like $2, so I had to give the whole $2. But I did make this comment. I said, it's enough that seniors are living on fixed income and now you don't want to give change. So I called the business, I voiced my concerns, and the person answered the phone, said the same thing. We don't give change. So this caused me to dip in a little bit to that idea, because what I said to them was, imagine yourself going to Kroger or any other supermarket for food, and you give them money and they don't give you change. Go to the gas station, give them money and they don't give you change. Go to the convenience store on the corner, give them money and they don't give you change. So that's kind of like how I left it. But I Googled it. And so this is what I found out legally. It's short, but I'll share it with you in regards to giving change. Yes, it is legal for a private business to require exact change or withhold change, which is what I was thinking. Well, we don't give change for more than $5. It's not like I had a $50 bill or $100 bill, trying to surrender 40 cents. But anyway, yes, it is legal for a private business to require exact change or withhold change, as there is no federal law requiring them to make exact change or even accept cash at all. However, they must clearly display these policies up front before a transaction is completed. Key legal rules: no federal cash mandate. Private businesses are completely free to set their own policies on acceptable payment methods, including going card only or refusing bills over a certain amount. The rules of legal tender. While currency is legal tender for all debts, a purchase is a new transaction. A merchant has the right to refuse cash as payment or demand specific terms like exact change before the exchange is finalized. State and local variations. And here we are. While Kentucky has no specific laws overturning this, some cities and states, such as New York or Philadelphia, ban cashless business to protect customers. Notification requirements. If a business alters the total, that is, via rounding policies or refuses to give change, they must explicitly communicate this excuse me. Start again. If a business alters the total, i.e. via rounding policies or refuses to give change, they must explicitly communicate this, such as posting signs at registers before the sale. If a merchant doesn't have your change and you don't have exact change, common mutually agreed upon resolutions include providing collateral like a driver's license while you run to get change nearby, rounding up or donating the change, often used at chains, loading the excess funds onto a store gift card or loyalty account. So then it asks, if you're currently dealing with a specific situation, let me know. What type of business, retail store, gas station, did they have a sign posted about their cash policy before you made the purchase? Is the missing amount significant? And then I can tell you exactly how the law applies to your specific scenario. But imagine that, we don't give change. So I just thought I would put that out there. You never know in the course of the day what you might experience or come across. Moving forward, the Knicks as champions of the NBA. I don't have a problem with that, although I did turn away in the middle of Game 4 and did not watch Game 5, but then that's just me. So that was based on what happened during and after the game. So let me see if I can pull this up. In New York, the celebration was a bit much, to say the least. And it resulted in, people being rowdy and other things. Excuse me. I'm trying to find the article specifically. And as far as what was going on in Central Park with the movie screens, I think I read somewhere that the arrangements were made to accommodate 1,000 people, and the crowd kind of exceeded that. And then when the president decided that he was going to attend, then they no longer allowed that to continue. Excuse me. Well, must be my phone. All right, here we go. Oh, here we go. Excuse me. Tickling in my throat today. So this is from one day ago. I'm waiting for the phone to bring up the information. And it's entitled Basketball. New York City celebrated the Knicks' first NBA championship in 53 years with a teen shot, 4 stabbings, 5 burning buses, and 63 arrests. Also, there was a video of Joe's comments, formerly known as Fat Joe, about how New York was celebrating and what he thought was a bit much considering. So I'm trying to see if I can locate that. Say it again. And it's just the audio part because of legal situations. You can't really play that. And I'm not exactly pulling it up at this time, but hold on. He was making the comment that he didn't think that New York should celebrate by attacking Spur fans. And I agree with that. I have to remember where all these things took place. Some is in the news feed, some is on YouTube, some is on Google. So excuse me while I get my ducks in a row here on this. So when it comes to that, that was his comment. And the article itself followed up. And then there was another comment by Isaiah Thomas as a former coach of the New York Knicks, used to be referred to as the New York Knickerbockers. And he said, in regards to Wembanyama, that he remembers when Shaq was on the floor and how he was treated. So I think that's a fair rounding off of the 2026 series for the NBA championship round. But the Knicks are the champions, and the city is celebrating accordingly. And there we have it. Moving on, Juneteenth marks the opening of the Obama Presidential Center. Excuse me. And according to reports, what is contained, displayed, and available to the public to see and be a part of is going to be quite entertaining for years to come. But I went back and I thought about when President Obama was running for the presidency and some of the slogans that he used. So according to my sources, Barack Obama's primary campaign slogans were "Change We Can Believe in 2008, and "Forward" in 2012, and his iconic primary rallying cries included "Yes, we can" and "Hope." So that's just a little trip down memory lane on that one. And I saw a video clip of Michelle along with him on the stage, and she was talking about the skirt she was wearing, because there's a section in the center where it talks about people whose shoulders we have climbed up on, and it mentions his mother, her mother, and other people in the same category. So this brings me to this part of it. You know, we talk about change this, change that. You know, I want to see change. But primarily, if you want change, you have to be the change. So change starts with you. And this brings us to 250 years of America. And which we are a couple of weeks from, July 4th. And with everything that's been happening lately, not so much over the entire 250 years, it brought me to the words that are on the Statue of Liberty. So this was a gift from France. And the words are as follows: "Give me your tired, your poor, your huddled masses yearning to breathe free, the wretched refuse of your teeming shore. Send these, the homeless, tempest-tossed, to me. I lift my lamp beside the golden door." The tablet, the Declaration of Independence. In her left hand, Lady Liberty clutches a large stone tablet designed to look like a book spine. It is inscribed with the adoption date of the United States Declaration of Independence in Roman numerals. And credit is given to, near her feet lies a lesser known dedication plaque written in French, crediting the sculpture and materials used. The colossal Statue of Liberty by Bartholdi, sculpture, copper, Gattier and Company, Paris. 250 years. Primarily, my take on the whole thing is treat people the way you want to be treated. You can call it karma. What goes around comes around, however you might want to voice it. But in our everyday exchanges and activities, whether they be small or great, just remember how you want to be treated. And as they say, pay it forward. And that even comes to criminals. Criminals are supposed to be given a certain amount of consideration as well. This is a sideshow. I'm Theodore Parker. Today is Wednesday, June 17, 2026. That's it. Hashtag